what are some of the primary challenges that you guys are seeing in the space, particularly around cloud cost management?
Well, there's a couple of things from my perspective that I see is that there's a lot of solutions out there, your competitors, obviously, that provide a software solution, but that's kind of where it ends. You have to have a resource that has to log into 1, 2, or 3 different platforms in some cases to download the cost information, find a way to merge it together through some manual process in a spreadsheet or some other tool. And that process is very time consuming, and you have to have an internal resource do that. And FinOps resources are very hard to find, and they're not cheap either for some of the smaller and mid-sized companies that we do business with. So we think that what we're seeing in our client base is that they're looking to find a solution provider that eliminates that technology piece of the cloud optimization solution and really focus on the business, which is the reporting, the analytics, making the recommendations for them to go back to the business unit and suggest changing things, how they can save money. So at the end of the day, you get a very coherent solution where IT and finance are agreeing on what recommendations to make and what to do. And we relieve the burden through the Vega E78 solution for all that analytics back-end work that in some cases you're paying an internal resource a lot of money to do that really isn't adding any value to the business.
Nice. So I heard centralizing and focusing on a platform to really again address the client base, but also then specialty in helping with FinOps too, or kind of some drivers.
That's absolutely critical. Without Vega, your team and the FinOps team, you're just having to have individuals that are in your organization understand all the complexities of cloud and what opportunities there may exist for optimizing. Whereas using your FinOps team, it's a perfect marriage of the technology platform and skilled resources that actually provide a complete solution, which is something that E78 has found particularly not lucrative, but particularly interesting to our clients and a good differentiator versus just a pure cloud SaaS solution where you have to do all the work yourself.
Cool. No, super helpful. And sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the things that we hear from a lot of folks in cloud that are consuming cloud is being able to tell a story with when their bill comes in. Is this spend, is it meaningful? Is it adding to the business, or is it waste? And there's a lot that you can tell from the data, but that's really where you need sort of that advisory component, and why sort of our partnership together, E78 and Vega, is really crucial, because for a business, you can start to tell those stories. Is there waste? Is there business value being derived from cloud? And the data is part of it. It's the context around it that is super critical. And that's usually where, other solutions can fall flat, and tying that together, I think, is really where the magic happens.
Yeah, and that's right, Joe. And actually, in the world of private equity, there's a very common phrase that's used called value creation. And when a PE firm looks at value creation, they're looking at making sure that every dollar they spend is being used wisely for the companies that they're hoping to either IPO, flip, turn around, whatever the challenge may be. You've got portfolio managers looking over all their companies, really challenging them day to day with the CFOs for cost controls, cost savings, making sure that everything that they do is an investment in creating value versus a dollar spent destroying value. And we've seen for smaller companies that don't have a focus, that can't afford to have a FinOps resource on the team, that when you look at even small companies that are built in the cloud from the ground up, they might be spending, their cloud expense might be the biggest OpEx item they have on their line item budget. And they don't have people looking at, are we spending the right amount or not? And that's where I think Vega comes in with E78. We take your platform, your FinOps expertise, we put the E78 layer of expertise on top of that, and we're able to ensure and build confidence to the CFO up to the CIO, CEO, that they're using the cloud and they're spending the right amount in the cloud and it's being effectively managed. And that level of confidence is important.